Welcome back, GRD 121, Computer Graphics, Fall 2020, working with Gravit on our Oak Maple exercise. This is part 2. We're going to be doing the maple leaf. We're going to be making straight line segments. Then we're going to be converting them to corner points with handles, or as Gravit calls them, disconnected handles. So I'm going to zoom into my maple leaf, use my space bar, and we're going to use the pen tool again, and it'll make a new path. And I'm just going to start anywhere and just put anchor points that change a direction. And I don't know if I need one here. I'm going to skip that and go up here. I'm not going to go into every dip like we did on the oak. I'm just going to go in here to kind of the valleys. Now, I am going to put one here and go to the tip, and then I'm just going to go over here. Kind of, if you ever did the bat trace, we kind of just go to the tips of the bat wings. So I'm going to go over there and come down here, and I am going to go down. I'll just make 2 here so that we could bend it a little bit more. It'll be hard to bend a whole straight line like that. So I am going to just do a couple here, probably more than I need. And I'm just going out here, straight line. And I should go in here. I didn't go in there. And let me just do what I did on the other side. I guess I'll just mirror it. And even though that leaf is bent, because this is a real scanned leaf, I'm just going to go out here and just stick to there and then see how we do with that. And then remember, when you're done, click on where you started. Like that. And of course, you want to get rid of the fill. So we'll go down here and hit the trash can for fill. And right away, I'll save it. And I'll zoom in. We'll start with the tip, just like we did with the oak. I'll use my space bar to kind of move in my screen here. And even over here, I could go to path. I'll call it dash maple. This is a sugar maple. The other one, I believe, is a red oak with the roundish lobes on it. Now, what we're going to do here, I'm going to leave this alone. These are all corner points, so they're going to stay corner points, although they're going to have handles. They're going to have disconnected handles. So I'm going to need the sub-select tool again, and I'll just go here, and we're going to be using disconnected. And that means it's going to stay a corner point, but we'll have handles that'll work independently. And then I'll be able to do that, and do that. And then I'll go here. I'm just going to make them disconnected for now, since that's what we're doing. Now, if you don't see a handle, kind of grab on the line, because I don't see a handle coming out, so I'll just grab a little bit, and I'll zoom in more so I can see that a little bit better, because there's some little handles in there. And I'll just control that. I'm not going to worry about that little dip there right now. Now, here it is. I have to worry about it here, but I'm going to skip over that for now. And you can do either side here. I'm going to actually do this one. Remember, disconnected. And then just pull that handle down. Remember, you can pull it down, and you could pull it out. So that way, if you pull it out more, it'll control more of that side. And then this one, I'm just going to drag down. And you could actually control the whole thing by doing that, but I would wait until you do the next one. Actually, here's a recommendation. If you can get that to work perfect like that, skip this one. Don't even do that one. Just skip over it and do the next one. And if you can get away with getting a handle, one handle to do that, great. Look at that. One handle is controlling that. Over here, this one handle was doing that gap. This handle is not even existent. This handle is controlling that gap. And I'll pull that handle down. I don't know if I meant to do that, but I'll pull that handle down. So that one has one controlling that side and that side. And I'll click on this one. And again, just using disconnected. And I'll just bow it up a little bit. That's it. And I'll bow this in a little bit so it follows kind of this path of the stem here, and I'll make this disconnected. I'll make this disconnected. So I have a handle here to work with, so I can kind of give a little more to it. This should probably even be a curve, but I'll use disconnected. And again, the way you manipulate handles, you can make them look like a curve, even if it's a corner, just like you can make a curve look like a corner when you pull the handles in. So I'll just do that. And I think that looks all right. You could bend the bottoms, or, if there's handles down here, so if you wanted to make it round at the bottom, you could do that. And then going around here, I think I'm going to skip this one and move on to this one and make that disconnected. And that way I could bend this in slightly, just like the other one. And I could try to bend this in as much as I can. That's a real tight kind of area there. But I'm kind of doing it like the other side. I'll zoom out so you can see, kind of doing it like the other side. So we could have had another point in there. There's nothing wrong with doing that. It's obviously not like, you know, you're clicking all over the place like I was showing in the beginning, but that looks okay. And I'll skip this one and I'll move on to this one. And again, once you see a handle there, bring it in. Now this one, I think I grabbed on the line, so it brought in both handles. That's okay. I didn't mean to do that, but that's okay. Now it has two handles in here. And then I have a handle here I could see. I might as well just pull that down, pull it right into that little gap. That looks good. And I'm going to go here and put handles, and I'll just kind of bend it down and bend this one down so you get a little bit of what's happening over here, the little kind of bat wing dips in there. And maybe I'll skip this one and go to here and make that disconnected. Then I could bend this one down and bend this one in. And again, I skipped this little thing here, and that's okay. I don't mind if you skip that for now. We'll just kind of split the difference. We don't have to put an extra point. If you want to put an extra point there, put an extra point, but you don't have to. And this, we're just kind of approximating where the leaf got folded, where it got scanned. This was actually scanned on a scanner many years ago, actually. So I'll zoom out here, and that looks pretty good. That didn't take long at all. These are all corner points. They're all disconnected for the most part. And I'll do the same thing that I did for the oak leaf. I'll go to my regular pointer, and you don't need a border. You can get rid of the border for that matter. And I'll add a fill, and I'll do a radial gradient. And this time I'll do like a green in the middle. I'll do a pale green, or actually maybe I'll do a yellow in the middle, but I'll make it a little grayer. And then on the end where it's black, I'll make that green, but I don't want it that green. I want it something like that. Now this doesn't look very fallish, but that's okay. We could always change it. And you could put this like right in the middle. We could extend this, make it more of the gold color, whatever you want to do. If you want this color a little brighter, I'll move it up, brighten it up a little bit. Even if you went here and you decided you're going to add another dark color on it, you could add a dark green on it. And depending what you did with this thing, you could get a little green on the tips or something like that. And like I said, I always like to keep this at that L shape. That way, if I bring it in a little, I'm getting a little dark green on the tips, which actually looks kind of nice. Bring that in a little bit. I have a little, you remember it's a radial gradient, so the dark green is around the edges and it gets lighter in the middle. And if I want it more green at the tips, I would move down this way. Actually, that looks pretty good. That's a nice looking leaf, I have to say. That looks pretty good. And it didn't take long at all. There's my maple leaf, my path maple, my path oak, and we're going to use these on another exercise. We're going to design a logo, and we're going to use kind of like leaf names, and we're going to put them on a wine bottle, because we're going to do a wine bottle exercise. And these will look really nice on the labels when we do that. So it's nice that we could bring these things in, which are really just practice, to bring into designs that we do as well. So that's 7 Oak Maple, and maybe watching me makes it look really easy, but hopefully you found that fairly easy to work with these points. Curve points up here with asymmetric handles, and primarily corner points down here with disconnected handles. If you get familiar working with those, you could do pretty much anything with vector art. Now when you're done, you're going to save it, and you're going to make sure that it syncs, and then you're just going to do this. You're going to share it, you're going to copy it, and you're going to go back to My Warren, and you're going to go back to coursework, and you're going to click on the link of, not this link because that was the shared link. You're going to click on the assignment link up here, and you're just going to add a comment, and you're going to add a link, and you're going to paste your link that you just shared. You're going to make sure that you choose new window, and you're going to hit OK, and you're going to hit save. You don't have to do a PDF, anything like that. That's it. That's all you have to do for 7 Oak Maple. And again, it's just practice working with drawing paths, straight line paths, and manipulating anchor points.